as a run-up to Valentine's Day, we have Uljhe Hue, which is a short film starring Sanjana Sanghi and Abhay Verma, directed by Satish Raj. Hello and welcome, guys.
Hi.
Hi Shilpa, hi.
Hello.
Hi.
Thank you for having
Thank you.
us.
Thank you for having us.
Thank you for talking to me. First off, this is a short film available on the Amazon app. Not truthfully, how many of you actually watch short films?
Ooh, I love short films. I watch them, I consume them in the hordes because it's like very easily snackable. So on a car ride and stuff, it's the perfect thing to watch, I feel.
I feel like you may be watching reels more than short films.
I actually absolutely you got that so wrong though. I'm so not a reels person. Yeah.
Oh.
Same.
Yeah.
Same.
Wow, I found the only two young people in the country who are not, social media addicts, but actually watch films and that too short films. So I am surprised, but I know director Satish, you must be watching more of these films. I give you that for sure. But why?
I watch a lot of reels.
You watch a lot of reels, alright.
I actually can't visualize Satish watching a reel.
Yeah,
I
same.
can't do it.
Tables have
TikTok
turned.
videos and reels. Yeah, no, so I was surprised because a lot of people don't watch short films unless you're nominated, and there's buzz around it or nominated for an Oscar perhaps. Short films really have to do a lot of work to get noticed. Do you agree with me, Satish?
Absolutely, yeah. Absolutely. I think short films
So
are getting there now. With
you think they are? You think
yeah,
now
yeah.
actors are open to doing short films?
Yes. The biggest example, Sanjana and Abhay doing it. So I think this is where we start, and in fact that's what I've been telling Amazon and all the other people that we have been speaking to. Like, this is where I think the game of short films consumption is also going to change. And in fact the faith of actors, like, mainstream actors, everybody, like, look at Sanjana and Abhay willing to do this short film. Of course there were a lot of other reasons because of which this happened between all of us, but yet it's a short film, and them willing and excitedly doing it. That's the most important part. So for me, what worked was both of them were so excited, and that's when you would like to work with certain actors. So
But why were you so excited? I want to ask Sanjana and Abhay. I'm sure the two of you are very sought after. Abhay after Family Man 2, Sanjana, of course, after Dil Bechara, and you both are popular actors. So why were you excited, as Satish says, to do a short film?
Abhay, go for it.
Well, it was just about the narrative to me. Satish sir and Ida, who has written the film. Uh, it's a very sweet, simple, romantic film which needs to be told, and it deals with the complications and the hardships which adults, young adults, or teenagers might face in their relationships these days. And we were fortunate, both of us actually, we were fortunate enough to tell that simple story. Often, as Satish sir rightly said few hours back, that simple stories are often difficult to tell. So these are this Uljhe Hue deals with those simple situations or instances which deals with the hardships of relationships these days, which but above all, it celebrates love, which is the purest form of emotion we know and one can possibly ever know. So until unless it just helps someone to just put a smile on their face and resolve anything in their relationship or however in life, the job is done. I think we're there. So the
It's so
narrative actually excited.
That's so beautifully put, Abhay. But really, his narrative, I understand it must be a great script and, sounds very heartwarming. But Sanjana, when it comes to the commercials, a movie, even versus a web series, perhaps more popular options than a short film?
Yeah, I mean, Shilpa, in the I feel like as art, see, being a mainstream actor in our country, um, you're also an artist, right? And they're two sides of the same coin. And there'll always be things that the artist in you will jump at without thinking too much. and the mainstream star or actor part of you, there'll be 100 voices saying, don't do this, plan that, like stitch it all together in the perfect way. But I personally don't think, I at least won't be able to do that in my journey, because I feel like stories are meant to be just told, and there's always a right time for a story, you know. Rasika and Varun feel just right at this moment, and this 20-minute format feels just right for them. And when I heard Rasika, I didn't want to let go of her. Like, whether it took, I mean, I made Satish's life hell in like making him put up sets in a week's time, because I don't know if we would have been able to shoot after that if I'd have had time or not. But we did it because we all are so connected to the story. So yeah, it's come as a shocker to many people when they saw the trailer yesterday. I got calls from all of my producers that I'm working with saying, "Whoa, we didn't know you're doing this. How come?" But I hope to keep surprising and shocking my fans and the people I'm working with like that. So yeah.
Yeah, that is very honest and candid. And I do see that excitement that Satish was talking about. So I think I do understand what he was saying. Satish, uh, nowadays when I watch anything, and I was telling Abhay this earlier, when I watch anything, it's two screens are competing for attention. You know, usually it's a TV and my phone or whatever I'm watching it on and my phone. But when you're actually watching the short film on your phone, you know, how many people will seek that out on a shopping app, you feel?
I feel it would be well received. I feel because there are like people generally are spending a lot of time on shopping apps in
Hmm.
general, and I think that's probably the strategy what I think Amazon has adapted to, and I think that's a very smart move because they already have such a huge subscription base. People who drop to shop on their apps. And in the meanwhile, the way I think they're promoting Amazon Mini TV, which is a part of that app, automatically has an audience. You
Hmm.
know, it's just about them clicking that button of Mini TV and watching that content. So I certainly see like people going for it, watching. But again, it's something that we can never be sure till till you start hearing reviews or the viewership from the Amazon team, what kind of data they are collecting. So again,
Hmm.
we've tried our best to put something out very honestly and with a lot of passion and effort, and you know everything has gone in. So let's see, hoping they'll watch. Amazon is they've got great subscription there, so I'm really hoping that it will have a good footfall.
Well, yes, absolutely. So many people use the app. Me being a prime example. And I was talking to Abhay earlier about it, and he had an interesting question.
Mhm.
I was saying we should be able to add actors also to cart. Like when you're watching these films, you'd be like, "Oh, I like this actor. Add to cart."
This
Any
is the
thoughts?
closest it can get to adding to cart. Like, just watch something we made instead.
Absolutely.
Exactly.
Just show it
Yeah.
live. Just come here, show it live.
But I'm
Yeah.
sure that's gonna happen, metaverse and all.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
Absolutely. I think
absolutely gonna happen.
I think this is like a step in that direction, you know. So he asked me who I would like to add to cards, and I told him. But I think that's a great question
Who
for
is
all
it?
of
Who
us.
is it?
Oh, for me, it was Tom Holland. I said I am obsessed after Spider-Man, so I said Tom Holland. But Abhay, I turn that question back to you. Which actor would you add to cart?
Which actor?
Hmm.
I
Or
think
actress?
Irfan.
Irfan Khan.
Yeah, absolutely. No doubt about it.
Sold out of stock. Too much demand. Waitlisted. Sanjana, what about you?
So many, but I think I would add Shabana Azmi to my cart because I would want to pick her brain on how she made some choices
Yeah.
back in her day, which always surprised everyone.
Yeah.
There's so much to learn there, you know. So yeah.
That's a classy choice for sure. Satish, who would you add? Actors, filmmaker? What would you add? Big budget? What would you add to the
Tom Hanks is the answer.
cast?
I have in fact approached him. I don't know.
Whoa.
What?
My
Fans, right?
biggest wish list to do a film with him.
Oh,
I've been chasing him honestly. Yeah. So
okay.
it's in the cart, and I'm hoping that I automatically if I press somehow it comes.
Oh man.
Uh,
I hope that comes true as well.
Thank
Now
you.
coming to this Uljhe Hue trailer, innocently I was watching it in office. This happens very often. And you know how this trailer starts. I'm sure all of you have watched it, and I'll play it out for the viewers now. And people like Shilpa, is that you that's talking? And I was like, no, that's a trailer, guys. So we all know how that starts out. Yeah. So, what was the starting point? This seems like a story that very relatable, that everyone has either gone through or knows of someone who's gone through. So, what would you say is perhaps the USP of this?
I mean, for me, it's how real it is. These are people that I'm seeing around me. These are friends that I know are going through this journey, and it was like reality on paper, and that doesn't happen too often. So for me, it was that relatability aspect for sure.
And was it the same for you as well, Abhay?
Uh, the one reason which Sanjana gave is completely viable.
Hmm.
Plus the fact that the effort, the passion, the credibility this project has in itself.
Hmm.
It's a story again. I'd repeat it. That story itself is a thing which people are driven to these days. They believe in story. They believe in concept the most rather than who's in it. They actually want to see good content, as you yourself and me myself and all of us are spending a lot of times watching a lot of content these days. So I think a good story would be it.
All right, so Satish, that's some praise coming your way from the actors, of course. And there, I saw the trailer, and I have to ask you all before I let you go. So, like, truthfully, how many people have you ghosted? In your silence, crickets, crickets.
Well, we've been talking about this a bit, and I have to say I've ghosted my fair share, especially
Okay.
since I went to college. I went to a girls' college after being in a co-ed school, and we used to have like this line of boys who would just be parked outside the back gate, and it was very filmy.
Same, Abhay. Boys are coming saying it's at your college too.
No, not really. Yeah, we've been talking about it, but for me, it goes to my school days when we used to meet each other and I mean make friends with each other, and people used to follow the same people used to come at the same tuition, and we'd be studying together there also, and then all of a sudden you just break off, you just don't talk because someone's parent has got their phone with messages, chatting. So and that way, yeah, the ghosting has happened a couple of times, but not often, thankfully.
Satish, so Sanjana was ghosting since college. Abhay from school. You from Montessori.
I think I've probably been on the receiving end more.
Oh no. So I think perhaps you can have your revenge on the screen.
Which is why the
That's
story has
why
came
this
out
is,
well.
yeah, that's how
Exactly.
this has happened.
I'm looking forward to watching
This
this.
is actually not a romantic drama, it's a revenge drama.
The revenge drama.
Oh, even better. That's the best. Revenge dramas are the best, I have to say. And on that lovely note, happy Valentine's Day, everyone.
Well,
Thank
You too, Shilpa. Thank you so much.
thank
Thank
you
you.
so much. An
thank you.
absolute pleasure, guys.